Hello everyone, welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host Prince Magnum. Welcome to another In Your Face. Now if you're not familiar with this particular video series, it's been a part of the Prince Magnum channel off and on for a long time, and it's always been designed, even though sometimes we didn't get to do it that way, but it's always been designed where I kind of grab you by the collar, pull you in, and tell you how it really is in a proverbial sense. So now that we've kind of got that established, we're going to have to tackle a subject that has been, the Prince Magnum channel has come under fire from a very, very small group of folks. And these folks are so few in number, but we want to head this off at the pass. And it's been about a year as of making of this video. It's October 2022. So for almost a year now, the Prince Magnum channel has been under fire. And the particular subject in question is the subject of a character we all know and love as Cinnamon. Cinnamon, for those of you who do not know, is a drag queen character, a loosely based drag queen character that I play. And when my estranged wife decided to run off, that came to Cinnamon, the production of anything Cinnamon came to pretty much a screeching halt. Now, of course, Cinnamon has been voice acted. I've voice acted Cinnamon in live streams here and there, a few of them here on this channel, and a few of them on other people's channels. So it's been exciting to at least be able to bring that much to you. And if you don't know the history of Cinnamon, turning back the clock to 2020, which was a tough time for us all, there was a Q&A that we were doing here on the channel, and someone was talking to my estranged wife about makeup, and then the question came up, Prince Magnum, have you ever worn makeup? And yeah, when I was in the goth scene, I wore a lot of makeup, a lot of goth makeup. And then someone said, have you ever done drag? And we all have, if you've ever been drunk before, more than once, we all have that one story, that one time I was drunk. Okay, and we did something that was a little out of character. Okay, we all have that story, and so yes, there was that one time, and from what I vaguely remember, it was a very bad drag. It was very, very bad. So now that I've said that, thank God for Alcoholics Anonymous. We'll leave it there. Okay, that one time. So now that we've kind of, brought that back around, so in that live stream, someone says, we want to see it, we want to see it. And it got to the point where, after this particular live stream, there was people actually approaching me, in the actual public saying they wanted to see it. So to get myself used to it, it's been a while since I've worn makeup. I had to, I did a live stream where I was back in the goth makeup, and it felt very comfortable, very comfortable. And then the following week, my estranged wife did my makeup, and it was a huge success. If I remember correctly, I might be wrong, but that video finally stopped at like over 250 views for that one live stream. And so I'm looking at the numbers, and then I look at my estranged wife, and I'm like, honey, we might have to do this again. So then we had to do it again. We did it again. The numbers weren't quite as high, but it was effective. Now, over time, I would get on camera, sometimes done up as, particular celebrities. I know on one I was done up as Dr. Frankenfurter. For those that don't know, Dr. Frankenfurter from um, Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was, of course, played by him, and then, of course, as Boy George a couple of times. It was amazing, the folks that came in to see those early makeup streams. It was absolutely amazing. It was a great time for the channel because it showed that, to a lot of folks out there that, I was perfectly comfortable wearing the makeup, despite how I might look. And I would look at myself sometimes going, my God, that does not look like me. So it was definitely, an interesting time. And then haphazardly, someone asked the question, if I really was a drag queen, what would my name be? Well, in kind of a joke, I just said it'd probably be something like Cinnamon, and it stuck. Okay? Fast forward, I began developing the character because many of you in the Maverick Nation kept saying hashtag Cinnamon for her own channel. Those who remember that, okay? And I came to the conclusion that it's hard enough keeping up with this channel, let alone, starting another channel for Cinnamon. So with the development of the character, we brought Cinnamon in as a full-fledged character, and it was a huge success. At a few points, we kind of had to back off of it a little bit, and because it just, the novelty had briefly worn off. We did the Try Not to Laugh challenges with Cinnamon. Of course, one of the folks that was involved in that, the Try Not to Laugh challenge with Cinnamon, has passed on as making this video. It's been a couple of years since she's been gone, I believe. No, maybe not quite that long, but she's been gone a while. And her herself was involved on television at one point in time. So the Prince Magnum channel, because of the character of Cinnamon, got to rub elbows with a TV celebrity. They're at the drag strip right now. So that should tell you how important the character of Cinnamon has become to the Prince Magnum channel. Now, really quick, for those why am I referring to Cinnamon as almost another person? Because she technically is. This is where acting comes into play, because here on this channel I do some acting. Sometimes it's really good acting, sometimes, and I even do voice acting every now and again. And a lot of you are familiar with the magic that occasionally makes it, me doing amateur magician stuff, and of course, the stuff that I do in live streams, voice acting and comedy. A lot of that involves acting. Sometimes I'm really good at it, sometimes not so much. So, because of that, this is just the next evolution. Breathing life into a character. And for those that are very familiar with acting, and I want to take a moment and thank Marvelous Miss Kelly, who, as I was developing the character, kind of gave me some stuff that she herself is very familiar with what actors go through, and gave me some inside track on what to kind of expect out of myself. So Cinnamon, even though I act the character of Cinnamon, Cinnamon is her own person. It's literally when the makeup goes on, the camera goes hot. There's been times that I've had to go back and look at the live stream or a video and go, and because I literally, the character takes over, and I literally did not know what I was doing when I became the character of Cinnamon. And if you want a short version, Heath Ledger as the Joker, and you're pretty well dead on. So after my estranged wife left to do whatever it is she feels she has to do, we won't go into that. That's a whole nother series. because of this, the character came to an abrupt stop, with the occasional cameo on other channels, being a special guest over on other channels, and of course, very importantly, occasionally me voice acting Cinnamon in some of my own live streams. That's the best we've been able to do, because I am not capable of doing my own makeup anymore since my stroke. It would look like that scene on the movie Airplane with the gal who's got the makeup all over her face. And we don't want that. So that's where Cinnamon kind of came to an abrupt halt. Now, since that time, a few conservative types have stepped in and tried to play the moral card, okay? So we're going to deal with a few of the issues that have come up. Some folks have tried to say I was transgender. No, I'm not. The character Cinnamon, though, gave me a little bit of education into the world of the transgender, and those of you who are in my alphabet mafia, the LGBTQIA plus community, you guys got way too many letters, into that community, gave me kind of that inside track, and kind of helped me get over some lingering prejudice of my own. It was kind of a struggle for me because of the way I was brought up. I was brought up very conservative. I come from an old Catholic conservative family that primarily was raised here in the Midwest. So you can just imagine, and also bear in mind, there was even a time that I was an inspiring Pentecostal preacher. I know, what? That's another subject for another time. So again, that should tell you guys that, I struggled with some of that stuff, and the character of Cinnamon kind of helped me overcome those prejudices. So even though I'm not transgender, letting me see into that world a little bit more has greatly expanded, something that I did here on this channel helped improve who I am. Surprise, surprise. This is still a learning experience for me too. Another one that came up, well, he's got to be bi or he's got to be gay. Well, again, no, I'm not. And again, these are folks that, that not necessarily are they, conservative Christians. They're just, some of them are just conservative, period. And so where do these folks get the right to, point their finger and no, you don't get to do that. I know who I am. When the makeup comes off, I know who I am. So blow it out your ass. And for the record, not all the time, well, ironically enough, he's got to be bi or he's got to be gay. I actually had a couple of people from the homosexual community that said that. And it's like, no, blow it out your ass. Blow it out your ass, man. That's, you don't get to do that. You of all people, these are people that shouldn't be doing that. Okay? You guys went through enough. Let's not bring on any, unneeded prejudice to yourselves, considering that you're still fighting some of it now. Don't bring on, that's how you turn people against you. Okay? Remember, I'm an ally. Okay, so let's not turn me where I'm no longer an ally with bullshit like that. And then, of course, then you get into where, this is one of my favorites. Well, what if one of my kids comes across one of these videos? Okay. The Prince Magnum channel has always tried to provide family-friendly content. And it doesn't take a freaking rocket scientist to figure out Cinnamon is not exactly family-friendly. Okay? It's not rocket science. And the thing when I put my videos up or I go live, I immediately say this is not exactly for children. But can children watch a lot of my stuff? Of course they can. But the reality of it is if you're worried about what your kids are watching and coming across what you might consider unmoral, here's a novel thought, okay? Here's a novel thought. Take an active role in what your kids watch. If you don't want them to watch certain things that you might feel is unmoral, be a fucking parent and take an active role in what they're watching. Wow! You know, it's just, I mean, it's one of those duh moments, okay? Well, I'm too busy. As Papa Magnum had said to me a long time ago, when it comes to your kids, if it's important, if you don't have time, make the time. Plain and simple. It's that freaking simple, okay? If it's that important to you, you'll make the time, okay? It's not my job to parent your kids with the use of my channel. It's that simple, you know? So, you know, these are some of the things that comes up. And again, some of it has been just downright, you know, poisonous, is the best term I can come up with. You know, you really don't do it. What happens in my bedroom is none of your goddamn business anyways. So, you know, go fuck yourself. And don't you think that this is unmoral? No. The character of Cinnamon has, to date, saved, well, helped one marriage last when, you know, long enough to bring another child into this world. A child that is very loved by both of its parents, and even though they're, you know, they're separated, looking at divorce, that child's still well taken care of, okay? Along with that, has been credited for saving another marriage, who knows how many others, because the character was saying all the right things, and has been a beacon for women's rights, has probably saved more lives of women, transgenders, you know, folks in the LGBTQIA plus community, saved them from taking a long-term solution to a temporary problem, okay? And these folks want to try to take the moral high ground. I'm here to say, no, you don't get to do that. You do not have, those are those folks that that want to say that Cinnamon is immoral, she's wrong. You do not have the moral high ground. If anything, you're just being prejudiced. And so much so that if I was to actually give names, I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there that would be happy to cancel you. Okay? So now with this video, we are making a declaration. Cinnamon will be coming back. She will be coming back full force, just as she was meant to be, standing on, you know, couples, keeping it spicy in the bedroom, standing on the grounds of women's rights, and of course reminding everyone to just be you, as long as you don't hurt yourself or anybody else. That being you is perfectly okay because you're a one of a kind, okay? That's what that character does, and that's what she will continue to do long till I can no longer play the character, which I hope is many, many years down the road, okay? Many years down the road. And again, as a reminder to all of you, you know, there have been many before me that has done an amazing job of stepping into the role of being in drag, and nobody gave them any hassles. Tom Hanks in the TV show Bosom Buddies, and let's not forget Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, plain and simple. This is Cinnamon is just. I honestly believe that if Robin Williams looked young enough, or the writers had thought about it, that Robin Williams might have went the other way towards a Cinnamon-like character, because amazing actor Robin Williams, rest in peace. thank you for everything that you did in the world of acting and in the world of those like myself who are in recovery. Thank you for everything that you gave us. Rest in peace, my friend. All right, so we've tackled that subject, and we tackled it hard. So much so that I don't think we really need to say any more other than get over to Teespring, get over to Patreon. All proceeds from all of that go back into this channel, whether it's car content, whether it's cooking, whether it's history, whatever it is that we feel that we've got to tackle that day, all proceeds go back into making those videos happen. And hopefully educating you and maybe even entertaining you for however long. And of course, that brings us to the spot where I get to say to all of you, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And last but definitely not least, even for the folks that have tried to attack this character, even to them, if nobody has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
Sayer, 6.22 with an over 116 miles an hour. And right now, good time to go get a hot dog while we wait for camp.